Hey everyone, welcome back. I have a meal planning video for you today. I have been doing a little bit of exploring on different ways to meal plan, to meal prep, and I want to show you what I have in store for the month of December. I have switched over to a classic size happy planner here. It is jammed packed with a lot of goodies. Using this as my catch-all, my everything, and I want to incorporate meal planning back into my system. I've gone away from it for some time, and every week when it's time to plan out my meals, I have no idea. So after watching a video from At Home with Kita, go check out her channel. It is great. She's doing videos, it seems like every day, and it is awesome. I've been following her for a long time, and I love how she has expanded and changed things in terms of her meal planning. So what I have here is another happy planner, and this is one that I actually have the old inserts that I have breakfast, lunch, main dishes, and desserts. That is essentially my recipe book, but I don't actually use it for housing my recipes. And I need to get better at putting the ones that I actually like, that I pick from the web or from Pinterest or from a cookbook that I know works, my family likes it, and I want to save it. So what I'm going to be starting now is my journey for meal planning. Every time I make a new recipe, if it's good, if it's great, I will put it in here so I can keep this and refer back to it. And by doing that, it will be easier to pick my meals. So what I have here are the inserts, and so it's just Monday through Sunday, and then it has a shopping list. I'm not necessarily going to use this for the shopping list just because I do it on an app called Our Groceries. My husband and I are able to share it, so he could put on stuff and I could put on stuff, and it syncs together. It makes it really easy. And so I'm going to be using this more for the shopping list to know what items I need for the meals. So I just downloaded from the library the cookbook, what is Cook Once, Eat All Week. I'll have it linked down below, the name and everything. And so what I'm going to be doing is now meal planning for the month of December. I'm going to plan out the whole meal, and I'm going to probably do 3 to 5 meals a week, right? Having opportunities for leftovers or going out, or for just not feel like eating anything that I had planned. And so currently I am slow cooking some chicken, so that's part of my meal prepping for a broccoli and rice dish, and that is found in the cookbook, so I'm using that as my week 1. But the basis is taking a protein, a vegetable, and a starch. That is the foundation for every meal. And I'm one that I rarely like to eat vegetables when I am eating on my own. My husband's very much, he needs his protein, his vegetables, his starch. He needs a full meal, versus I could just have a dish and I would be happy with that for my dinner or lunch or whatever. So I'm trying to incorporate those 3 items in my meals, and I'll just be planning for dinners, 'cause lunches are kind of, I would say, hit or miss due to being at work. They would be either leftovers or sandwiches or something simple. And then on the weekends, those could be leftovers or something quick and easy, like tomato soup and grilled cheese. Something simple that you don't really need a recipe or anything for that. So we're going to start off with the monthly and then go to the weekly, and then go from there what I actually need to prep for the week. So we're going to do the prepping for this coming week, which will be, I believe, this December 2nd. And so let's get started. So I gathered my supplies. I got my meal planner here, and I have my monthly planner. I did print off new pricing sheets from Joyfully Thriving. She puts out every year a list of stock up prices and grocery price comparison. Like this was from 2001. Look at how crazy this is. I'm hoping that one day we could get back to 2001 pricing, like for almond milk. We could look at, I guess, Walmart, because almost everyone has a Walmart, is that it was $1.93 would be your kind of your average, and $2.44. That is insane. What is something else that I would be like, what? Let's do animal crackers, right? Walmart $1.62. That was actually the low pricing. And now Walmart $4.16. Insane. It used to be where you'd want to stock up. It would be the cheapest out of Aldi, Meijer, Kroger, and then Walmart. And now it's the most expensive. It's just crazy. I'm going to keep both because maybe one day we could go back to those pricing. But until then, I am putting in the new pricing. And obviously, this is just a rough draft for what she provides, because not everyone's gonna have the same pricing, right? It depends on state to state, region to region, all that stuff. But it's nice to have just for reference. Okay, going back. So what I have here is I'm going to be playing around with something I'm trying to figure out. This sheet is hole punched a little off, but that's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do is list out the general proteins that I typically have on a week-to-week basis, and then we'll go from there. And then I didn't print out. I have right here on Kindle is the Cook Once, Eat All Week, 26 weeks of gluten-free affordable meal planning book. And so kind of gives you a walk down of how it goes. And we are going back to where the meals are, because this is where I'm going to actually steal this kind of items. So it has the protein, the vegetable, and the starch. And that is what I'm going to be doing here. So let's zoom you in a slight amount and go from there. So my proteins that I typically eat is venison. So deer, have that. That's like a staple in my house. Chicken is another one. Then we have pork, shrimp, beef on occasion. Mainly it'd be like brisket or something like that in terms of beef. And then occasionally fish, and this could be salmon. Typically it could be crappie, and we'll fry it. But those are basically my main things. Turkey, it would be like for like sandwiches and stuff. So I'm not really going to put that, since I'm just typically talking about main meals, so main dinners. In terms of pork, that could be pork tenderloin, chops. So I'll put chops, like a big loin, ribs. Beef would be brisket mainly, would be the only thing. We'll do salmon, crappie. I don't know if there's two P's or not. And then chicken, that would be mostly breasts. And venison, this would be like a loin. We do have a roast, and then ground are your main ones. In terms of starch, I got rice, potatoes, this could be russet, red / yellow, and then sweet. I'm just looking at the list right here to see what other starches use. Butternut squash, don't really use. Plantains. Yeah, so not really a lot of options for starch. Oh, I guess pasta. What am I talking about? Pasta, and then there's so many different forms of pasta. So that is that. Vegetable, I would say a lot of vegetable is canned. So that is corn, green beans, mixed veg, salad, typically a salad kit, broccoli, asparagus, the very thin ones, not the thick asparagus, Brussels sprouts, and I feel like that's pretty the basics for vegetables. So now that I have kind of my working parts, is you do this in two ways. You could put all of these things on like little Post-it flags, and then you could be like, okay, I'm going to take a pork, I'm going to take a potato, and I'm going to take a broccoli, and then you could build out, then look up specific pork chop recipes or different ways to prepare a russet potato, that kind of thing. But for right now, we are just going to keep it like that, and I think this is going to help what I have going on. So zooming you back out, I am filming on my new phone. My other one kept on like freezing up, and it was a pain to deal with when that happened. But so I'm hoping this is very nice and clear. Audio is just through the phone. I don't really know of a good way to hook up my microphone to the phone. I don't know if that's actually possible, or I could always put in my headset, I guess. But anyway, so I created this cute little thing. I'm trying to get back into creating planner inserts and trying to find ways that they could be simplified and I don't have to deal with the fuss, and everything is like good to go. 21. I can't believe it is the end of the year. Where has this year gone? Okay, so I had this cute little December thing that I created. I could leave this down as a freebie if you so want. Let me know in the comments if you want to have this freebie, and I could totally create like a landing page for you to download this. So it is for December, but it's undated, so you can use it year after year. And then on the back side is just meal ideas. So the date, if you're using date, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. This is just right, my first run of it. What I might end up doing is changing this moving forward, like in January. But I don't really know yet. I might do like similar to how I have this, right? And then I could form things, but that I think might be really cool. Okay, so ideas from here is what I'm going to be pulling from the recipe book that I got from the library. So right now, this is actually what I am making. Shredded chicken, broccoli, and rice. So from here, how it's kind of laid out, right? It's broken into the ingredients, which is cool, great. Prepping, right? Okay, so right now I have prepped. I've cooked it. I have cooked my chicken by slow cooker method. So now I need to shred it. And then from there, there is a casserole, there is a chili, and there is a fried rice using the chicken. And what I also need to prep is the broccoli and the rice to make this meal. And it's cool, it breaks it down. So it is a barbecue chicken and rice casserole. So you have your broccoli, you have your rice, and you have your shredded chicken, and then this is the rest of it. It only takes 35 minutes, pretty easy if things are prepped. So this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good, I would say. And then there is a white chicken chili that uses the rice and the shredded. That looks pretty good. And then a chicken and broccoli fried rice. And that looks pretty good too, which is what I'm going to actually be eating for dinner. So I need to cook my broccolis, shred my carrots. Don't have grated ginger, but that's okay. Green onions. So I need to shred all that, which is cool that it has the prep, right? So what I'm going to be doing is kind of taking that as an inspiration, planning out my meals. So for the week, basically, I also created a rough meal plan. Let me go grab it because I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so I think my phone stopped recording because I got like a message or whatnot. So I don't know where I was, but I went ahead and filled out for the next 3 weeks my meals. So what I kind of did was taking my theme night. So I'm going to try it out for this month and see if I like it, not like it. So Sunday are meat and potatoes. So the only differentiator is going to be the vegetable for each week, as well as the format of the potatoes. Then we have pasta night. The vegetables change as well as the protein. Tuesdays are taco nights. So either that could be some other form of like either a taco salad, a taco, a burrito, an enchilada, anything that is kind of Mexican vibe. I got using venison. So we grind our venison. So that'll be like ground beef essentially. Changing out the carbs, we have rice or tortillas. Leftovers on Wednesdays. Going with stir fry on Thursdays. And that one is having a stir fry veg, a rice, and then venison or pork, and then fish Fridays. So doing pasta or rice and Brussels sprouts or broccoli. And then Saturday is leftover day to prep for the following week or for the next week. So that is kind of what my game plan is. Now that I have this planned out, and I'm actually feeling really good about this planning method, so I think this is gonna work. I am going to then pull out and start doing what the meal ideas that would cover the venison, potatoes, and a canned veg. So what the idea could be for potatoes, different ways to format the potatoes, different ways to cook the meat, and stuff like that. Now that I'm thinking for sure, I am going to change this page, but at least it gives me an idea. I could go ahead and white it out, and whatnot. So now that is kind of done, I can move on to the weekly planning. So knowing that Sunday is venison, potatoes, and canned veg, I will go ahead and write out what recipe I am using for those items, as well as for the shopping list. Go ahead and list out all the ingredients needed. And this is where I'm going to be stealing Marquita's idea of doing color coding. I think that will really be helpful, which I could do it actually, might as well do it now, right, is color code. So venison will be purple. So then I need to know, well, these are going to be actually different formats. So I guess it doesn't fully work to highlight on here. So I won't be doing that on the monthly. I'll do it on the weekly. So now it's time to list out everything that I will be having. So starting off on Sunday. So this is where it's kind of like, I guess, kind of annoying that it goes this way, but I think that will be okay. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So it will be smoked. I will do baked potatoes and canned green beans. So on this one, I know I need to have bacon. I need russet potatoes. And that is pretty much it. So now this is where the highlighting is going to be. I guess each day could have its own color. How about that? So we could do purple. Just picking what I have already pulled out. This one might be a little too dark. And one more. So there we have it. I will continue doing the highlighting for what the meals are, planning out for the week of December 1st. Okay, I've finally finished. I got some recipes from the Cook Ones Eat All Week. So basically it's easy just to take 1 week and only use one cookbook. So then when you're flipping through it or using an online edition, you don't have to really worry about it. So I have the chicken Florentine lasagna bagged with a bagged salad, a taco casserole with canned corn, leftovers on Wednesday, the Asian beef lettuce cups, but instead of beef, it'll be venison with bright rice, fried fish with mac and cheese, and Brussels sprouts leftovers on Saturday, and then the Sunday before is smoked venison, baked potato, and canned green beans. So I got that all written out. I got my color code. So now I go ahead and put all these items onto my digital grocery list. And basically the prep work that I'll have to do is ground the meat. So that's ×2, the rice ×2. And then that is pretty much it for any type of prep work. I could even prep the lasagna, and then I just have to bake it the next day, so I could prep that on Sunday. Putting that as a little reminder. And there we have it. I have meal planned for the first week and meal planned for the month of December. I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you like seeing a little sneak peek of my new method, and let me know if you have any suggestions on meal planning. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.